Alright, this is the last true test that we're going to take before the EOC. Okay, as you can tell, this test has a very quick turnaround as well. It's in a week. Okay. When you come back to school on Monday, you have 1 full week before we test again, and yes, unfortunately, we are testing on a Monday. Okay. The first part of this unit should be review from middle school or even elementary school. So I'm just going to remind you of a few things on this video. When you open up your packet, there are some review days for the EOC. This will be a part of your packet, every packet that you get this week. Okay, we'll mark off days. We might edit some days if the room numbers do change, but this is something you need to refer back to. What does it mean if I want you to find the mean of a number or a group of numbers, a data set? If I'm asking you to find the mean, I'm asking you to find the average. Remember that average is the sum of your data divided by the total number of data points. Okay, so we're going to take 60 plus 67 plus 73 plus 63 plus 67. That's going to get me 330. And I'm going to divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my mean, my average, is 66. Median, think of the middle of the road, those of you who are learning how to drive. The median is the middle. So in order to find the middle, we have to order our data from least to greatest. So we have 60, 63, 2 67s, and a 73. Then I'm going to try and find the middle by canceling data points on either end. And we want to cancel an even amount on either end. And so 67 is my median. It's the number in the middle. Your mode. Mode has a key phrase in there too, or a hint onto what it is. Mode, M-O, means most. The number that appears most often. Now, if you have several numbers that appear the same amount, like 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 7s, those are all your modes. Here, I only have one mode. It is 67. It appears 2 times. There are calculator steps that I would like for you to explore. It'll be hard for me to show you on the document camera each of these steps, but I'd like you to explore them because your calculator will calculate all of these statistical data for you. Let's flip this over so I can remind you on how to find some quartiles. We can find quartiles by hand, or if you go and explore in your calculator, you could find them using your calculator. Okay. Your quartiles are what helps you make your box and whisker plot that we're going to talk about on Monday. We want to list our data from least to greatest. So the first thing we want to do is we want to order our data from least to greatest. So I have a 2, I have a 4, I have a 5. There are unfortunately 3 6s, a 7, and an 8. Your second quartile is another name for your median, okay, your middle point, as you can see right here. So we're looking for the median. So we're going to find that first. If you're finding your quartiles by hand, you're going to want to find this first. So I'm going to eliminate 2 from the front, 2 from the back. That's good. I'm going to eliminate one more and one more. And I come across two numbers in the middle. Now, if I have two numbers in the middle of my data set, to find the median, I have to take their average. So I'm going to add 6 plus 6 and get 12. But what is 12 divided by 2? 6. So right in here, there's this invisible median. It's going to be a 6. Your first quartile is the median of the first half of your data. So this is the, I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. This is the median of the first half. So I'm going to box in the first half of my data. Notice I didn't include the median. You will never include the median when we talk about the first half and the second half of your data. So you're going to do the same thing. We're going to eliminate a number on either end. And notice we have a 4 and a 5 in the middle. So we're going to take 4 plus 5 and get 9. What's 9 divided by 2? 4.5. And that's going to be our first quartile. You're going to follow that same process for the second half of your data. So when we ask for the third quartile, this is the median, the middle of the second half. So I'm going to put a box around this piece of data. I'm going to cancel out this 6 and this 8. And again, 6 and 7 are both in the middle. So I'm going to take 6 plus 7, which is 13, and I'm going to divide that by 2. And that gives me 6.5. These three quartiles are going to help me to create a box and whisker plot later. Okay? So why don't we try number 2 together? Let's take a minute and put this data in order. So the lowest number we have is 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 20, 24, and 29. Let's find the median. So we'll take 2 from here, 2 from here, 1 more, and 1 more. Okay, all right, we have 2 more points in the middle again, so we'll take 17 plus 19 and divide that by 2. So right here in the middle, 18 is my median, which kind of makes sense, right? The number in between 17 and 19 is 18. We're then going to take the median of the first half. So we'll cancel out the 10 and the 17. What number appears between 12 and 14? 13. Let's take the median of the second half of our data. Cancel, cancel. What number is perfectly in the middle between 20 and 24? That's counting by 2's, so it should be 22. Go ahead and finish up these 3 examples to finish up your notes. Okay. The next page is also practice. Okay. Find the mean, the median, and the mode. We just practiced finding the quartiles. What is your range? That's one thing that was not on those previous pages. Your range is your greatest minus your least. So in this case, my smallest data point is 2, and my biggest data point seems to be 14. So this is 14 minus 2, which equals 12. my data spreads over 12 numbers, a range of 12 numbers. Okay? So this is also practice that needs to get done front and back. Okay? All very much review. This next part might be what's a little bit different, okay, a little bit newer. We've just practiced finding the mean, the median, and the mode, and I just reminded you of the range. But this could tell us how our data is skewed. Okay, when you collect data, oftentimes your data is skewed. So let's review what those skews mean on this next page. So let's flip over here for a moment. How does the value of the mean, median, and mode affect the distribution? Okay, so your data is distributed over what we call a normal curve, okay, unless that data is skewed. So this first one is normal. Okay, so in a normal distribution, this is normal. Okay, it makes a nice bell shape. This line represents where my mean, my median, and my mode all reside. Okay, the mean, the median, and the mode here are all equal. If you look at this next piece of data here, this data is being pulled to what hand of yours? If I were to look at this, this data is being pulled to my left hand. So this is negatively skewed, which means it's skewed to the left. So in a distribution that is negatively skewed, there's data that pulls the distribution to the left. And look where your mean is. If this is 0, that means your mean is less than your median and your mode. Okay? Left means less. They kind of go together. Left means less. Left means less. The last kind of distribution you can have is when your distribution is being pulled to your right hand. If it's being pulled to your right hand, it's positively skewed, which means it's skewed to the right. Okay, so positively skewed, that pulls the data distribution to the right. And if we look where our mean is more towards all these positive numbers, so our mean is greater than the median and the mode. So we can look at this graphically, which we'll do more again on Monday, or we can look at this algebraically. So let's flip back over to the front of this page. And let's take a minute to find the mean, the median, and the mode for this data set. Alright, as you can see, I ordered my data from least to greatest to help me find the median. Again, if you've practiced those calculator skills on the first page, you could put this data in your calculator and find the mean, the median, and the mode. The mean, I should have told you, is represented by the X bar in your calculator, if you have in fact figured your calculator out. But as you notice, the mean, the median, and the mode are all equal. If they're all equal, what three data distributions does that represent? Okay, so here's the three that we just talked about. Normal. All the mean, the median, and the mode are equal. So this has a normal distribution. Let's work on this second example together. Go ahead and find the mean, the median, and the mode. Now, if you compare your mean, your median, and your mode, you will find that 55 is less than 56, and 56 and 58. Less means left. I'd like for you to finish this page as well. The very last page here in your packet we will do on Monday together. Happy reviewing!